Am I audible now? Okay, yes. Good afternoon. We will start the session. In yesterday's session, we were discussing about SQ3R method and PQRST method. So both were really helpful when you are reading some article or textbook. So this method will help you to understand the concept very well, and the whatever things you understood, that will be in your memory for long time. So what was PQRST? Sorry, what was SQ3R method? What is the expansion of each letter in that? Can you please type in such comment box, chat box? Can you please type in chat box? What was SQ3R method? What is S? What is Q? What is other remaining three R's? What was S stands for? Okay, survey or skimming. Okay, then what is Q? Q is question. Okay, then three R's. What are three R's? You can type together. What are those three R? Read, recite, and review. Okay. Then we have learned about PQRST method. So what is PQRST? You can type it in chat box. PQRST method. Am I audible now? Yes. Okay. PQRST. Preview, question, read, summarize, and test. Okay. So why we have learned this method? These two methods are used to understand, or when you are reading a textbook or article journal, if you follow this method, you will be understanding the concept completely, and the whatever you understood will remain in your memory for long time. So both of the method you can use for exam preparation, for your subject studies, etc. Now we have small topics. One is speed reading. Speed reading is a process of rapidly recognizing and absorbing phrases or sentence on a page at all once, rather than identifying individual words. Okay, speed reading means it is not like we are going through each words. It is not like uh, we are going through each word. It is like rapidly recognizing and absorbing phrases or sentence. Okay, so while looking itself, we should understand what is that sentence. Not like we are scanning each word and reading. It is not like that. We are just looking on the sentence and understanding the complete meaning of that sentence, or we are just looking on a phrases or understanding complete meaning of that phrase. Just like that. Speed reading. Sometimes people will be concentrating on each word. They will be reading words by words. So if you practice like that, you won't be able to read it in a faster manner. So in the speed reading concept, we are concentrating on phrases or sentences. Uh, we'll be scanning, or we will be going through sentence by sentence or phrase by phrase, rather than words by words. Most of the people read at an average rate of 250 words per minute. So most of the people are reading at an average speed of 250 words per minute. Though some are naturally quicker than others. Okay, today what you can do is you can switch on you can take one paragraph in our textbook. Then what you do is you set a timer and start reading exactly at one when it comes to 1 minute. How much words you have read, you just count it and understand your speed, how fast you can read. Then what you do is you practice something, keep on reading that textbook again, and after 1 or 2 days you try it. You can increase the speed at which you read the textbook. Okay, you'll be able to read in a much faster way. Okay, so most of the people read at an average speed of 250 words per minute, but some are naturally quicker than others. But you can improve this speed if you practice. That is the important thing. Okay, just today or tomorrow when you are free, just read some paragraph and uh, switch on a timer in your mobile. So find out in a minutes how many words you can read. Then you read that paragraph 2 or 3 times again, and again you try with the same timer for 1 minute, and please check that how many words you have read. Check whether there is any improvement. Yes. Like that, if you practice, you will be able to read more number of words in a minute. But the ability to speed read could mean then you double this rate. Okay, now at normal you'll be able to read 250 words per minute, but speed read means actually you have to read some 500 words per minute. Okay, for an average person can read around 250 words per minute. But if you want to say that you have speed reading capability, you have to read at least 500 words per minute. Okay, so that is the important concept about this one, speed reading. Okay, all speed reading process have one thing in common: avoid pronouncing and hear each words in your head as you read it. Okay, so a process known as subvocalization. Instead, you can skim lines or groups of words as you can understand the words more quickly than you say them. Okay, no need to read everything. You no need to hear every word. You can skim through the lines. Sometimes once upon a time. So okay, no need to scan each word once upon a time. Sometimes if you see that particular word once upon a time, you will easily understand what is the meaning of that. Okay, so there are some words like that. It will come together. So you can easily skim through those words or understand meaning of that word easily rather than once up on time. Like that, if you without focusing on each words, you will be able to understand the words completely. So that's about speed reading. Okay, so what is speed read? So normally a person when reading, he should concentrate on sentences rather than word by word reading. As he should concentrate on sentences or phrases. That is important. And normally a person can read 250 words per minute. So speed reading means he should double the speed. He should be at almost 250 into 2, 500 words per minute. Now we will see what is comprehension. Comprehension means, what is comprehension actually? It is ability to understand. Comprehension means it is the ability to understand. So what are the techniques to do to improve the comprehension? That is what we are going to see. So next topic is comprehension. So what are the techniques? The first one is monitor comprehension. First, we have to monitor comprehension. In order to understand a textbook and an article completely, what are the techniques we have to use? That is what we are going to discuss now. Okay. So first one is monitor comprehension. That is monitor your ability to understand. So when readers monitor comprehension, they keep track of their thinking as they read, listen, and view. Okay, once again I will read. when readers monitor comprehension, they keep track of their thinking as they read, listen, and view. Okay, so when they are reading, they are keeping track of their thinking. Okay, so reading or listening or viewing, all three cases are okay. Okay, reading, listening, or viewing, they are keeping track of their thinking. നമ്മളത് എന്താ പറയുക, അതിനെപ്പറ്റി ആലോചിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. കാണുകയാണെങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും വായിച്ചെടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഓരോ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും കണ്ട് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും എവറി ടൈം വി ആർ കീപ്പിംഗ് ട്രാക്ക് ഓഫ് അവർ തിങ്കിങ്. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മൾ ചിന്തകളെ നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു, അത് നമ്മൾ അതിനെപ്പറ്റി ട്രാക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണം. ഓക്കെ, so when a text makes sense or when it doesn't. Okay, so we have to think about that. When a text makes sense or when it is doesn't. Okay, so when a sentence take or makes sense, that means you understood it completely. When it does not, you didn't understand it, or you have not understand it. Okay, so that is the meaning of that. So what is monitor comprehension means? When a reader monitor comprehension, they keep track of their thinking. അവർ നമ്മൾ ആ ചിന്തകളെ അത് ട്രാക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലേ. ആൻഡ് ആസ് വെൻ ദേ റീഡ്, ലിസൺ, വ്യൂ. സോ വെൻ ദേ ആർ റീഡിങ്, ലിസണിങ്, വ്യൂവിങ്, ദേ ആർ കീപ്പിംഗ് ട്രാക്ക് ഓഫ് their thinking. That is very important. Okay, you should not simply scan through each sentence or line or whatever you are listening, whatever you are viewing, whatever you are reading. You are not just listening, or you are not just viewing, or you are not just reading. You are എന്താ പറയുക, നിങ്ങൾ ചിന്തകളെ പറ്റി അത് ചിന്തിച്ചെടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓരോന്നും നിങ്ങൾ എന്താണ് കാണുന്നത്, എന്താണ് ലിസൺ ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്നൊക്കെ നിങ്ങൾ ചിന്തിച്ചെടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് യു ആർ ഓൾസോ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ഇസ് വെൻ എ particular text makes sense. That means you are already completely understood what it is there. When it does not, okay, when it is does not, we have to again view, or we have to again listen, we have to again read. That we have to do. Okay, so they distinguish between what the text is about and it makes them think about. Only when they are thinking about their thinking can they make sense of what they read, and also recognize when meaning has gone astray. Okay, so we have to think about what you have read, listen, and view. Then only you will understand, or then only you will there will be some sense about what you have read or listen or view. Okay, നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടതിനും നിങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചതിനെ പറ്റിയൊക്കെ ഒരു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ഉണ്ടാവണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ അതിനെപ്പറ്റി ചിന്തിക്കണം. സോ മോണിറ്റർ കോംപ്രിഹെൻഷൻ ഈസ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ്. മോണിറ്റർ കോംപ്രിഹെൻഷൻ മീൻസ് കീപ്പിംഗ് ട്രാക്ക് ഓഫ് ദെയർ തിങ്കിങ് ആസ് ദേ റീഡ്, ലിസൺ ആൻഡ് വ്യൂ. അതാണ് മോണിറ്റർ കോംപ്രിഹെൻഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. The next point is activate and connect. Okay, next point is activate and connect. So about a particular topic what we are reading, we will be having some background knowledge, maybe some basic knowledge, maybe some advanced knowledge, maybe somewhere you have heard long back, maybe you have gone through the topic already. So activate and connect means whether we are connecting, questioning, or inferring, the background knowledge is the foundation of thinking. So we will be thinking based on our background knowledge about the topic or related topic. Readers can't understand what they hear, read, or view without thinking about what they already know. Okay, we won't be able to understand what we hear, what we read, whatever view without thinking about what they already know. നമുക്ക് അറിയുന്നത് വെച്ചിട്ട് മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, ഇതിനെ കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. നമ്മൾ കാണുന്നതും കേൾക്കുന്നതും ഒക്കെ നമുക്ക് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കോൾഡ് ആക്ടിവേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് കണക്ട്. ഓക്കെ, ഓർ ഫൈനലി ടു കോംപ്രിഹെൻഡ്, to understand, learners must connect new to the unknown. new to the known. Okay, എന്താ പറയേണ്ടത്, ലേണേഴ്സ് ഷുഡ് കണക്ട് ന്യൂ ടു ദ നോൺ. ഓൾറെഡി നോൺ ആയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ആയിട്ട് പുതിയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ കണക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, കാര്യങ്ങൾ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റും. സോ വെൻ യു ആർ reading something, when you are comprehending, when you are trying to understand something, what you have to do is you have to activate and connect. So whatever you are hearing, whatever you are reading, whatever you are viewing, you have to connect it with your all background knowledge which you have already. So that is important. So the first point was monitor comprehension, second point was activate and connect, and the third point is ask questions. Ask a question. Curiosity is at the heart of teaching and learning. Questions open the door to understanding the world. Okay. Question open the door to understanding the world. As reader try to answer their question, they discover new information and gains knowledge. Okay. So whenever you are trying to understand something, you have to generate some questions. Why, how, what, why, all questions you have to form. What, why, how, who, everything. So we have to make questions like this. Then you will discover new information and you will get new ideas and gain some basic knowledge about the topic. Okay, so ask question is an important part of understanding something. Okay, so now we have learned three techniques now. One is monitor comprehension, second one is activate and connect, third one is ask a question. Then we have infer and visualize. It involves taking what you know, that is your background knowledge, that is what we have learned from the previous topic, activate and connect. Okay, and merging with the clues in the text to come up with ideas and information that are explicitly stated. Okay, it is not just connecting. What we are learning from this topic is not just we are connecting your background knowledge with the new knowledge. From based on the background knowledge what you have, we are understanding much more about the topic. We are building up with the topic. So when reader visualize, they construct meaning by creating mental images, seeing, hearing, tasting in their imagination. Inferential thinking helps readers to familiarize unfamiliar words, draw conclusions, develop interpretations, and make predictions. Okay, so infer and visualize means based on the background knowledge what we have, we are learning this topic and then we are visualizing it by creating some images or by seeing something, by hearing something, by tasting something. We are creating some images or we are visualizing the concept. Okay, so that is what about inference and visualization. Okay, have you heard about the word pegging? So there is a method called pegging where maybe some shows you might have seen. People will be keep on telling words. A person who is standing on the stage will remember these words in the correct order what they have said, what the audience has said. And maybe some 50 words, maybe some 10 words, maybe some 100 words like that. So the audience will be keep on telling words one by one, first word, second word, third word, like that. Some different words they will be explaining: house, car, building, then kite, beach, like that. They will be keep on telling word. A person who is the performer, he will be hearing all this word and remember exactly in the order which they have told. He'll be able to tell in the ascending order or also in the descending order. In between, if you ask the words to him, he'll be able to tell correctly. In the eighth person, which is the eighth word that is told by some person, which is the eighth word, which is the 10th word, he'll be able to explain all those things. That is called pegging. Okay, there is one type of visualization method which we can use to remember many words at a time. Even you can remember, if you practice, you can remember some 50 words or 100 words if you practice for some 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like that. Okay, so infer and visualize. Visualization means by creating mental images, seeing, hearing, tasting, we are understanding or we are visualizing the concept. Okay, then determine importance. That is the next point. Okay, determine importance. So reader who want to understand something has also to understand the importance of the topic. So reader need to focus on important information and merge it with what they already know to expand their ideas of the topic. Okay, so he is reading something, so he should find out what is the important information in it, and he should merge it with his knowledge so that his knowledge expands. And the last point is summarize and synthesis. Synthesizing information nudges reader to see the bigger picture as they read. Reader merge new information to what they already know and construct meaning as they go. Okay, so summarize and synthesis is another point that we have to, one of the techniques which is used for understanding things. Okay, again I will repeat, comprehension means it is the ability to understand something. So there are some techniques for understanding. So what was the first technique? Monitor comprehension. So while we are reading, listening or viewing, we have to keep track of our thinking. We should not simply read, view or listen. We should keep track of our thinking. Okay, so whenever we are hearing something, whenever we are reading something, we have to think about that properly. So that is the first technique, monitor comprehension. Then second one is connect and activate, activate and connect. So whenever you are listening something like this, you have to connect it with your background knowledge or what you know already. You have to compare it with, and then you have to understand. Else you won't be understanding anything. Then the third technique is ask a question. So curiosity is the most important point in active learning or teaching and learning. So you have to ask a question, what, how, why. Those questions, when such questions you have to ask, then you will be able to get lot of information about that. So you will gain knowledge. So that is the third technique. And fourth technique is infer and visualize. So visualization means we are creating some images in our mind, or by seeing something, by hearing something, we are keeping some mental images and then understanding the things for a long time. And determine importance. So whenever you are reading something, you have to find the important point, and we should add it with the previous knowledge what we know already, to in order to expand their understanding. Okay, so you may have known something, you already know something about a particular topic. So as you read some article or textbook, so you are underlining some important information, then you are adding with whatever things you already know. So that means you are improving your knowledge. And final point is summarize and synthesis. So synthesizing information, nudges the reader to see the bigger picture as they read. Reader merge new information, what they already know, and construct meaning as they go. So, along with already known information, they are adding new information as they read it. Okay, so those are the important technique to understand something or to comprehend something. Now we will see how to understand textbook. Okay, how to understand the textbook. So this topic has some relation with the previous topic what we have learned, PQRST method and SQ3R method. It is almost similar. There also we were explaining like to the both the method will be helpful. I told like that both the method will be helpful when you are reading textbook. So here, when you are understanding textbook, before you read, what you have to do? We have to preview. So this one, we have learned the same word, okay, when we are discussing PQRST method, preview. Okay, so textbook can be boring, tedious, and full of details. So jumping right on the textbook without having general idea is not much more challenging. Okay, without knowing any idea about the textbook, it is very challenging because these textbooks are boring, tedious and full of details. Okay, അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് തന്നെ അറിയാം മെന്റലി നമുക്ക് ഒരു കാര്യത്തിൽ കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ടൈം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 20 minutes ആണ്. Maximum we can concentrate on a particular topic about 20 minutes. Okay, more after that it is very difficult to concentrate. നമുക്ക് കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള പരിധി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മാക്സിമം 20 minutes ആണ്. ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു തിയറി ക്ലാസ് ആയാലും 20 minutes മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റൂ. സോ ഒരു എന്റർടൈൻമെന്റും ഇല്ലാതെ ഒരു എന്താ പറയാ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക്കിൽ തന്നെ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ഇമേജസ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ലാതെ ഒരു തിയറി ആയിട്ട് പോകുന്ന ഒരു സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി ബോറിംഗ്, ടീഡിയസ് ആൻഡ് ഫുൾ ഓഫ് ഡീറ്റെയിൽ. ഓക്കെ, സോ without having a general idea about what it is there, if you are going to read the text means it is much more challenging work. Okay, നമുക്ക് അതിനകത്ത് എന്താ ഉള്ളതെന്ന് അറിയാതെ നമ്മൾ അതിനകത്തേക്ക് റീഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് മച്ച് മോർ ചാലഞ്ചിങ് വർക്കാണ്. സോ പ്രിവ്യൂയിങ് ആൻഡ് ഡെവലപ്പിംഗ് എ ബിഗ് പിക്ചർ ഓഫ് എ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക് ബിഫോർ റീഡിംഗ് വിൽ എനേബിൾ യു ടു better identify what important as you read and make it possible to retain the detail. So you have to preview the book. That is an important point. Okay, preview the book. So preview means what? We have learned yesterday. Review all the chapter heading and subheading. Okay, just go through each chapter heading and subheading. Glance over picture, chart, graphs, etc. Then read any bold or italics word. Okay, first you have to go through heading, subheading, and then pictures, chart, graphs also. Then also read words which are bold and italics. Read the chapter summary and review the questions of chapter. Okay, so that is how you have to do the preview. Okay, whenever you are reading a textbook, do not directly go into the textbook. First, you do some preview. How to do the previewing? First, you go to heading, subheading. Then also parallelly you cover, just go or just glance over the pictures. Just have a glance over the pictures, chart, graphs, etc. And also have a look into the italics and bold words, because those are some words highlighted. And then read chapter summary and also review the questions in the chapter. That is how you have to preview the book. Then you have to prepare questions. This is also same point what we have learned in the PQRST method. Developing a set of questions. So what is the difference between this topic and the previous topic is that those are the methods invented by scientists. Okay, PQRST and SQ3R methods are invented by scientists. These are the general, whatever we are doing it now is the general concept to read the textbook. Okay, generally speaking, these are the important point. Okay, that's the difference between those topic and this topic. That those are the specific methods proposed by some scientists. These are the general concept we have to follow when we are reading this textbook. Okay, so questions means developing a set of questions you want to answer before you start reading a textbook. Provide direction and focus as you read the text. Okay, so when you are writing questions and following those questions, it will provide the direction and focus as you read the textbook. Or turn each heading into a question so that you can go for it easily. So develop a set of questions you want to answer before you start reading a text. Provide direction and focus as you read. As you read the text. Or turn each heading into question so that you can go for it easily. And then while you reading, so this is this topic what previewing what we have learned before you read. So this is about before you reading. Now it is while you reading. So while you reading, reflect. From reviewing chapter heading, subheading, bold, italic word, ask yourself what you have already learned. Now, as you read, answer the question developed while previewing. Okay, so that is important. Reflection means while previewing, subheading, heading, bold, italic word, just check whether you know all these topics, whether you have already learned this topic, or think about what you have already learned in relation with this topic. Then as you read, answer the question developed while previewing. Previewing session ശേഷം നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു questions develop ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് അല്ലേ? So try to answer all those questions while previewing. Developed while previewing. Try to predict the answer to the question and find out your predictions are good and correct. So while reflecting or while reading, what you have to do is you have to predict the answer to the question and find out that whether your answer is correct or is it okay. Read aloud, it improves comprehension and retention of information. So you have to read it aloud so that it improves comprehension and retention of the information. Okay, so whenever you are reading something, if you read it loudly, actually two of your sensing organism works actually. So when you are reading, so that will actually reach your memory, and also same times when you are hearing, that also will reach your memory, so that it will be there in your memory for a long time. So read aloud. That is one important thing. So whenever you are reading textbook, you have to read it aloud. So develop a picture in your mind about the concept presented. So you should have a complete picture in your mind about the concept presented. Then as you read, okay, ഇതൊക്കെ while you read ആണ്. Okay, first reflection എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ reflect എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, already we have to go through subheading. While reviewing or previewing, we have already gone through subheading, bold or italics word. Okay, so whether you check how much of the topics you know already, and as you read, you try to answer the questions. Okay, so then there are a lot of other points. Okay, these are the two important points. First, while reviewing, you might have known some headings or some subheading or some bold or italics word. You may have studied already all those words. Okay, you can connect it there. And also while reading, you try to answer the question and find out whether the answers are correct or not. And while reading, you can read aloud so that it will be there in your memory for a long time. And also while reading, develop a picture in your mind about the concept presented. Then highlight, highlight important passage that support central themes and concept. Okay, you can use a highlighter pen, or you can underline, you can circle it. That depends on you. Be selective. If you are highlighting more than 20% of the passage, you are not being selective enough. ഓക്കെ, സോ നമ്മൾ കുറച്ച് ആൾക്കാരെ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്, നമ്മൾ ബുക്ക് ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യും അല്ലെ, റീഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് ബുക്ക് ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. അവരെല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും ആ ഒരു പേജിലെ എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യും അല്ലെ, വെറുതെ വരച്ചിടും. അവർക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആണെന്ന്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്. എത്ര പെർസെന്റേജ്, മോർ ദാൻ 20% ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ സെലക്റ്റീവ് ആയ പോയിന്റ്സ് അല്ല ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നാണ് മീനിങ്. സോ ബി സെലക്റ്റീവ്. ഇഫ് യു ആർ highlighting more than 20% of the passage, you are not being selective enough. So that is the concept. 20% മുകളിൽ ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ സെലക്റ്റീവ് അല്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ് അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് മീനിങ് വരുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഹൗ ടു ഹൈലൈറ്റ്. Circle with a pencil key terms and vocabulary, or take a well organized note. Okay, make visual aids including picture, graphs, diagrams, or table to help visualize what you are reading. Okay, so write a brief summary of the central theme of your themes and idea in your note. Okay, so these are the points you can do when you want to highlight something. Okay, so as you read, try and identify important concept and fact that can be likely to test questions. Underline and identify all these concepts. Okay, either you can circle it with a pencil, the key terms and vocabulary you can circle it with a pencil, or if it is concept you have to highlight, or if you want to highlight a part of text, then you can take notes. You can make visual aid including picture, graphs, diagrams, etc. while reading, or you can write a brief summary about central theme or idea. So after you read, what you have to do? First, before you read, we were previewing and question, and while we reading, we are focusing on reflection and highlighting. Then after you read, recount. Once you have finished reading a text or passage, sit down with someone else and tell them what you have read or what you have learned from the text. Okay, so after you read, ആ ബുക്ക് ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് പോകലല്ല അല്ലെ, എവിടെയെങ്കിലും പോക്കല്ല നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? ആഫ്റ്റർ യു റീഡ്, സിറ്റ് ഡൗൺ വിത്ത് സംവൺ എൽസ് ആൻഡ് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ഹിം വാട്ട് യു ഹാവ് ലേൺഡ്. Okay, and review. Within a day of your initial reading, spend some 20 to 30 minutes depending on the amount of material covered, reviewing your notes and information you learned. Okay, നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ രാവിലെ ഒരു ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക് റീഡ് ചെയ്യലാണെങ്കിൽ, ഓക്കെ, മോർണിംഗ് ഫസ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? നമ്മൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് പ്രോസസ്സായിട്ട് പ്രിവ്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നു അല്ലെ, ആ നോട്ട് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് പ്രിവ്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നു. ദെൻ വി ആർ ഓക്കെ, നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ആലോചിക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പ്രൊഫഷണൽ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മോഡ്യൂൾ എടുത്തു. ഫസ്റ്റ് മോഡ്യൂൾ നമ്മൾ പ്രിവ്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നു. പ്രിവ്യൂ ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷം ആഫ്റ്റർവേർഡ്സ് വി ആർ പ്രിപ്പയറിംഗ് സം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ ദ സിലബസ് ആൻഡ് ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക്. ആൻഡ് വൺസ് വി ഹാവ് പ്രിപ്പയർഡ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ, വി ആർ ജസ്റ്റ് reflecting. Okay, reflecting means we are just thinking about whether about the topics which we know already, and then we are reading it. While reading, we are trying to find answers for the questions we have prepared already. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്ത് വെച്ച ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസിന് ആൻസർ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്നു. And then we are highlighting important points or concept. We have learned a different method to highlight. Then once you finished everything, first we are sitting with somebody, or you can assume that you are sitting with somebody. Okay, then you are assume that you are sitting with somebody and explain the things to that person, whatever you have learned to that person. And at the end of the day, just before you are going to your bed, you just think about things what you have learned. Okay, then you will understand, or then you will be remembering those concepts for a long time. If there is any topic which you didn't understand, you won't be able to remember when you are reviewing it. Okay, so we will stop here. So today what we have learned is how to read a textbook and what are the comprehension techniques we have to follow. Also we have covered speed reading. What is speed reading? Okay, just I will take attendance.